Good morning, everybody. I don't think there's a better place to be right now in St. Lucie County, is there?
Nope.
So I'm joined up here with Senator Harrell and, as you know, Representative Trabolsi. And this is really not about me. It is really all about Josh and the work that he's done and Commissioner Hutchinson in the past. So I'm going to let this whole party be about you, Josh. But before I do that, I'd like to present you with the picture that Franny Hutchinson has personally chosen for you. And she couldn't be here today. So on behalf of Commissioner Hutchinson, she'd like for you to have this photo.
Very good. Well, thank you, everyone. So, as you know, I guess I'm kind of the glue that keeps everybody together. These projects take a long time, and certainly it's a team effort. But I have a few things I'd like to go through first before we kick off this ribbon cutting. The first thing is, if you need to use the restroom, we have the restrooms over there. It's quite a hike. We also have the ocean. So that's the housekeeping. One thing I wanted to just express to you guys is that Franny Hutchinson, the chair of the Erosion District, would have loved to be here. She had some other things come up. So she wanted me to just tell you guys thank you, because she recognized that everybody that's standing out here and behind me is essential to pull off these projects. And so with that, I just wanted to say thank you from her. A little introduction to who I am. I grew up in St. Lucie County. My name's Joshua Revort. I'm the senior coastal engineer. I have the honor of doling out the Erosion District for St. Lucie County. And the Erosion District primarily focuses on the 22 miles of shoreline on St. Lucie County shore. And what we try to do is we try to manage our beaches and inlets so that they're viable moving forward into the future. I started my role about 6 years ago in the Erosion District under my predecessor, Richard Bouchard. He's the one that really was the key to opening up this project and the potential, along with the President's Council of the South Hutchinson Island, who is a conglomeration of all the condominiums. In about 1999, they all came together and said, well, we need to do something. We see the erosion after Hurricane Floyd. What can we do? And so at that point, it really kicked off the relationship that we're now solidifying today, where we have the Army Corps of Engineers, the state of Florida, and the county all working in unison to protect what Floridians cherish, and it's our beaches. It's our way of life. Nobody here has ever went to the beach and said, man, I wish this wasn't here. We all have the opposite. We always want them to look great. We want them to be functioning, not only for us, but for the environmental factors that we enjoy. So this project kicked off in 1999 with the request to the Army Corps. It eventually went through feasibility, was authorized by our congressional delegation in one of the WRDA bills in the past, and then appropriated as part of the IRMA supplemental bill. And here we are today with a fully constructed initial beach project for St. Lucie County. And it's more than just the initial project. This project is a 50-year cooperation with the Army Corps of Engineers. So what that means is, moving forward, all the challenges that we see on this shoreline, we're not going to go alone. We're going to go as a team. And through teamwork is the best way to identify and take on those challenges of resiliency. We work together to implement things that make sense, that make budget sense, and at the end of the day, help our constituents. So with that in mind, I certainly could go through hours of project specifics, but I really wanted to bring a few select folks up to talk about this project. It's our way of saying thank you to them by giving them an opportunity to tell us from their perspective what this project means. And so I wanted to start off with identifying some of the folks we have. We have Senator Gail Harrell here, Representative Trabolsi, both state delegation members. I want to thank Representative Mast's office. Stephen Layton is representing Bryan today, and he'll be speaking. We have the Army Corps of Engineers, Brigadier General Kelly, Colonel Booth, instrumental in pulling these projects off. We have the state of Florida, the beach resiliency folks, Laney Edwards and Greg Garris, and also all the folks here in our community, including administration, Howard Tipton, Assistant Deputy County Administrator Mark Satterley and Alfonso Jefferson. And then, of course, nothing happens without our Board of County Commissioners, Commissioner Bartz, Commissioner Mitchell, Commissioner Townsend. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call Colonel Booth to the stage. Colonel just recently took the position. Yeah, I'll get it. Go ahead.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Very much. So nothing's a little more intimidating than trying to jump up in front of a group of people when you've only been in command for 9 months, and folks like Josh who've been playing the project for years are talking. So you'll have to bear with me. I'm probably going to go with a few prepared remarks or bounce back and forth my notes. Thank you to everyone that's here today, particularly our honored guests that Josh already went through so well. I will point out that the next thing that makes me a little nervous jumping up here is there's nothing like getting up and giving a speech in front of your boss about a month before he does your annual evaluation. So positive comments to General Kelly after are always welcome. And so I just want to say it's a great day for the state of Florida, for the county and the nation to be here celebrating the completion of this project. Today we mark the completion of the initial construction, like Josh mentioned, of the beginning of a 50-year partnership between the Army Corps and the county for this particular project. It's a Corps of Engineers coastal storm risk management project, which has been in planning for nearly, as we talked about, over 2 decades. With the able and enduring collaboration of our committed non-federal sponsors, St. Lucie County, and the team of supportive partners and governmental agencies, we have accomplished a placement of approximately, Josh will correct me, probably somewhere between 300 and 400,000 cubic yards of beach quality sand material over 3.3 miles here on South Hutchinson Island shoreline. It's absolutely amazing feat, and we're certainly great to be standing on the project today. This project provides a nature-based engineering solution to fend against future storms, beach erosion, and sea level rise. Let me call out a couple of the key important factors when I talk about that, though. You know, time after time when the Corps of Engineers goes back and looks at our post-storm surveys, we can see that the infrastructure behind federal and state projects that are nourished have been protected. That's not the case often in shorelines that don't have that periodic renourishment. So what it just comes down to is, in short, beach renourishment works. It provides habitat restoration for ecosystems and environmental benefit. And so numerous species rely on wide, healthy beaches as a place to live, rest, and also nest. And as you can see that in the areas that are roped off behind you. Project's done, and we've already got sea turtles nesting. And the other kind of wildlife that you see to the left also enjoy it as well. So hopefully they have a good time out here. Beach nourishment also supports national and regional economies, tourism, and the quality of life in Florida. Storm damage reduction projects like this one protect the infrastructure, help to keep evacuation routes open, and ultimately save lives. I want to thank our construction contractor, Great Lakes Dredge and Dock, for their efforts to safely deliver a quality project on time and on budget. And you have no idea how happy that makes me. You see the folks around here with red shirts. That's some of our civilian teammates in the Jacksonville District who work hard, Jacksonville District and South Atlantic Division actually today, that work hard to deliver projects like this. It's really hard for me to get up and go by name because there's about 1,000 of us, right? And so that could take a while. What I will say is over the last 20 years from the Jacksonville District and in all the Corps of Engineers, you've had project managers, program managers, budget analysts, contracting specialists, real estate specialists, office of counsel, construction management specialists, all working to get us to this project here today. And I can't be more proud of them, and I have to honor their efforts to get this project done. No one individual in the Army Corps typically sees a project all the way through its life cycle. But what's different is the Army Corps has been here. The Army Corps has been in Florida since the 1880s, and we're still here today alongside all the counties trying to deliver what we've been doing for years, which is delivering quality projects on time, on budget, safely. And what I would just say is you can count on the Army Corps of Engineers to be here in the future, and it's absolutely our honor to be here with you today celebrating the completion of this project. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you, Colonel Booth. We appreciate all that the Corps has done. Next, I'm going to call to the stand here Stephen Layton with Representative Mass Office. Brian has been instrumental in helping smooth out some of the wrinkles in this project, and so thank you to Brian. Please send our best to him.
I will. Can everybody hear me okay? So Josh failed to tell you all that when this project started, we decided to grow our hair out, and it's taken this long. Obviously, his genetics are much better. I can say this, in and out of this position since '98 and multiple members of Congress, I don't know that there has been a project that has run so smooth, on time, and that there is no friction between partnerships. And working with the county, working with Josh, if I spoke to Josh 8 or 10 times a day, that's saying the least. And working with our state representatives, it's been nice. And more importantly, General, he said that there's a 50-year commitment, so that was part of his 9 months. He inked that deal. What he failed to tell you is he went here to Miami, and you guys are taking care of the beaches from here to Miami for 50 years. To all of those that are watching, I think that it's fair to say that St. Lucie County is open. You have a great beach, lifeguards, and we look forward to this summer on behalf of Congressman Mass. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. We appreciate it. Thank you. Next, I'm going to call Senator Gail Harrell, District 25. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your support.
Thank you so very much. It is truly a delight to be here. This has been a project in the making for many years, and it takes partners to do it. I can tell you, to have the Army Corps really doing the heavy lifting on this without Congressman Mass' office and the state of Florida putting over $50 million a year into beach renourishment. This type of project would not happen. And we at the state level realize the importance of our beaches. They're our economic engine. That is part of who we are, what our identity is, especially here in St. Lucie County. So to our county commissioners, and I'm so sorry Franny can't be here, but I just want to say to our county commissioners, your commitment to this, as well as the state and the feds, make these things happen. So I want to say thank you to all partners, everyone who worked on this, and I just say what a glorious day to be in free, open state of Florida. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Next, I'm going to call Lainey Edwards with FDEP. One thing that's essential for these projects is that cooperation between the Corps and the state and the county. And Lainey's representing the state for us today. And this project received a great amount of money for this project to be initiated. So we thank the state, we thank Lainey and all her staff. Take it away.
Thank you, Joshua. I'm Lainey Edwards. I'm the Deputy Director of DEP's Office of Resilience and Coastal Protection. With me, I have Greg Garris, who is the Program Administrator of the Beaches, Inlets, and Ports program, who permits all of the beach nourishment activities across the state of Florida. Thank you for having us here today, and we're
the guy with the handbag.
He is the guy with the handbag. Thank you for having us here today to enjoy the celebration of this great project. The state has a long-standing relationship with St. Lucie County and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. It's these relationships and this coordination that has positive effects on the health of Florida's beaches. Now, back in 2011 and 2012, the state worked with St. Lucie County and the Army Corps of Engineers to design and permit the original restoration project. In 2013, that was constructed using approximately 650,000 cubic yards of sand along 3.4 miles of coastline right here. Following the 2018 federal authorization, the state again worked with St. Lucie County and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to perform design modifications to maximize the performance of the original restoration project and to minimize impacts to sensitive resources of the state of Florida. Thank you for having us here today. We look forward to continued coordination and cooperation on this exciting beach project.
Thank you, Lainey, and please send a thank you to all your staff because instrumental in pulling off the project. I want to switch gears here. I'm going to go to the end user. So we have Charles Grande here representing the President's Council of South Hutchinson Island. If you don't know, the President's Council represents a majority of the condominiums along this stretch of beach, so very much interested in the success of the project. Charles?
Oh, thank you, Josh. It's been mentioned how long this project has been underway. I've been with the President's Council since the 90s, and I can tell you we wouldn't have gotten here today without the County Commission, the state elected local delegation, and the federal participation. Nothing happens in St. Lucie County without the County Commission working together, and they all get a big thank you from us. But I would be remiss if I didn't point out Franny Hutchison's role. Franny started back right around 2000 with us and has made the most significant contribution of any elected official at any level to bringing this project home. The President's Council absolutely recognizes her contribution, and we're grateful. I'd like to say thank you. By the way, I wasn't prepared to speak today because I'm filling in for the committee chair, Harvey, who has been with this project and really got it moving along with Joshua. So I have to look at Harvey's notes to make sure I don't leave anything out. I also want to thank Len from the President's Council, who has offered his facility for the function following this one. I also want to just let everybody know that this is not the end. We're looking forward to several additional things occurring, not just the future beach renourishments. We're looking forward to a successful acquisition of the single outstanding perpetual construction easement. And I know I need to thank the Corps for making an exception in our case and going ahead without that. We will get that for you, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate the exception that you made. We're also looking forward to this specific completion to see what the finances come up with and if there's anything left over. We've been told that everything has been budgeted at the maximum. So far, we haven't seen a single overage over a well-planned budget, and we hope that there is a residual once this particular project is complete. And as a resident of Hutchinson Island for 30 years, let me tell you, this beach nothing is more key to St. Lucie County, nothing is more key to the residents of Hutchinson Island, and I personally thank everybody that was involved here. This makes an incredible difference for us, and cooperation has been the key from the beginning. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie. Last person I'm going to bring up to come full circle with the project. We've talked about the benefits that the project has in terms of storm damage reduction. But I'm going to call Joe Scarola. He's my friend. He's our turtle monitoring outfit for the project. I think that we need to talk about the success of our turtles and how this beach allows us to continue that success into the future. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, everyone. So I work for a company called Ecological Associates. We've been monitoring these beaches for over 30 years. Back in the 80s, on this little 3.3 mile section of beach, we would expect to see around 1,000 turtles. Today, that number's nearly doubled, so we're seeing around 2,000 turtles nesting on this little 3.3 section of beach. We did have a record year a few years back in 2019 with over 2,500 turtles nesting right on these beaches. The county's been, extremely easy to work with. They're really passionate about sea turtle protection, and that's evident by the enforcement of their sea turtle protection ordinance. We actually, in St. Lucie County, we can actually have one of the lowest disorientation rates in the entire state of Florida. So what that means is the turtles that are born here are actually making it to the water more often than anywhere else in the state of Florida. So extreme testament to the dedication that St. Lucie County has for sea turtles here. So we're just excited to be continuing collecting data for one of the most longest running data sets on loggerhead sea turtles in the entire world, actually. And we're just looking forward to another great sea turtle nesting season in 2022. So thanks, Josh.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So that concludes our speakers. I have a few other things to mention. One is a reflection. So I'm always asked, why do we do beach projects? Isn't it so easy? And I never really have a good response because it's never easy. But thinking about it the other day, it makes a lot of sense. You need an act of Congress, the full support of the U.S. Army,